Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
No Mike Taylor. He wanted to do the show today, but I told him no. I told him no. Spend some time with your kiddos. I made a Greg Popovich type call with Mike. You fly, what is that flight to Hawaii? 6-7 hours? I don't know what the hell it is. I've never been to Hawaii. I can't afford it. But I told him no, man. You just landed yesterday. Spend the day with your kids and come back Monday. So for y'all, 78% of y'all that are here for Mike, sorry. I told him to take the day off.
Suck it.
Yeah, so sorry. But what's up? It's In the Building. Rudy J, my main man, Jose Bouquet. Is it what, the audio disseminator?
That's what he calls me.
It's weird being in here by myself.
Yeah, you're just staring at my back.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the back of your uncombed hair, 17 lights, the camera and the TV screen.
Yep.
It's weird, but anyway, we're going to get it done. How many fantasy leagues are y'all in? I know it's that time of year. And let me tell you right now, if you see me in the streets and you come up to me, I don't care about how well your fantasy team is doing. Okay? I don't care. I hate starting conversations off with fantasy football talk. Like, hey, man, how you doing? Yeah, man, I had such and such going. It's all good. It's crazy, but it's all good. How many fantasy leagues are y'all in? I was having a conversation with Jose when I walked in right now, I don't know, 45 seconds ago. And, I had a buddy who I was asking, hey, man, my cousin-in-law was playing some golf. You want to play some golf? And he was like, oh, man, I got a fantasy draft this Saturday. I was like, damn, it's that time of year. And Jose proceeds to tell me he's in 5.
You want to know what the real number is of total fantasy teams I'm managing right now?
Yes. I need the today's chat, Boogie. You got yesterday's up. Go ahead.
I have 5 fantasy football teams. One that I've been in a draft for the last week and a half. It's been a big pain in the ass. And by the way, we have a long draft, so I make trades and stuff for draft picks. So
what do you mean we have a long draft? What's a long draft?
There's 4 hours in between picks.
Why?
Because these motherfuckers don't want to spend one day to sit down and just fucking do the draft. So it's a big pain in the ass.
I wouldn't be in that league.
Well, it's my Virginia league that I've been in for 15 years. 4, by the way, 4 championships. The only person with 4. I'm in 5 fantasy.
You see, I don't want to. Don't give me those stats when you see me in the streets. Don't do that. You know what? There was a time where I was a junkie. Shout out to Big Brian W78, $10. Happy payday, boys, for the hardest working man in podcasting, Rudy J. You goddamn right, I'm the hardest working. Hell, Mike's nah. Anyway, there was a time I was addicted and I was a junkie, and that's all I did, and working the waiver wire and waking up at 6 a.m. so I could be the first on the waiver wire. And don't get me wrong, it's fun. It's a blast. And I'll tell you this about Fantasy Football Guy. Fantasy Football Guy knows. Now, I'm not going to say they know football. When I say know football, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they know the X's and O's and 4-3 and all that. But I'm saying they are very, very in tune with who's playing well, who's not playing well, what team looks really good. When you get that guy that's addicted to fantasy and he's in 4 or 5 leagues, he pretty much knows his stuff, man, because you have to when you're really in it. Especially, I know a couple guys, Jose, that are in, hell, I know more than one or two people that are in $1,000 leagues.
I respect that. I'm only a small baller with $100 leagues.
$100 is a lot of money, bro. Because look, me and my wife, I have a joint account. So if my wife sees $100 to Jose Bouquet, she's gonna be like, "Well, wait, what's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, that's fantasy." So I got to be locked in if I give you 100.
Yeah.
But 25 to 50 is a waste of time, because then you're like, it's only $50. Screw it. Oh. But to be in 5 leagues, Jose, this is why I asked this question. Because if you're in 5, 2 of those leagues are gonna suffer. You're not like if you get to where you're 3-6 in 2 of those 5 leagues, are you really gonna stay tapped in?
No. I'm not
You see,
gonna
and
stay
that's
as
not
tapped
cool.
in.
And that's not cool to the guys that are top 4. That's not cool. That's another reason why I've backed off from playing, because I hated when I was really, really locked into fantasy. I hated the guys that quit and then started trading their best players away to the guys that I was going to have to
That's
face
savage.
in the playoffs.
That's savage.
Well, see, and then fantasy graduated to the commissioner vetoing certain trades because they knew that certain guys had quit and they're just giving away players. So if I'm not going to be all the way in, I can't do it. I don't want to do that to my homies. And another reason is most drafts, like when are your drafts? Next weekend?
Right now, well, obviously I'm doing the long draft right now, unfortunately, but most of them are coming up this weekend, next weekend, yeah.
Okay, so that's another reason. So next weekend is the weekend going into, my wife's birthday,
Yep.
my anniversary.
Virgo gang.
Yeah, and so to be telling my wife, hey, I know it's our anniversary, but I gotta go. I gotta do this fantasy draft. Because we used to, back in my day, we did them in person. My homeboy Larry used to barbecue, and we would do it in person in his garage, and it was fantastic. Now they're all online, and that's another reason I'm like an old man. I like the in person and the camaraderie and shooting the shit and seeing everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's better in person, isn't it? I know everybody got shit to do. Everybody got stuff to do, so I get why it's online. But then you also get the guys that do the auto draft and then win the damn league.
That's super annoying, yes.
Is it annoying, or does it just show that computers know more than we do?
No, it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. I can't confirm. But Rudy, I hate to break it to you. I'm in 5 fantasy football leagues. I'm in 3 fantasy baseball leagues. And I'm in a fantasy soccer league, like a Premier League one.
You are not in a fantasy soccer. What does fantasy soccer entail?
You just draft players. They get points. I don't know. It's a fun league with me and 4 other dudes. Or actually, just 3 other dudes, 4 total. It's in the Premier League. It's a great time. I just drafted all Liverpool players. I enjoy it.
Aaron Canuper, 477-999. Rudy J and Boogie, hardest working mofo duo in Southtown. Papa Top Friday. Aloha and mahalo to Taylor.
Did you say Papa Top?
Yeah, Papa Top. What does that mean?
Is it not take off your shirt?
I thought he meant a beer. Put yourself on screen. You could.
I'm on screen.
You're on screen with your shirt off?
Yeah. Is that not what he means, Aaron Canuper?
He meant Papa Top, and then you see the beer, right? The beer emoji.
Ah, whoops.
Put your shirt back on, bro.
Sorry, Aaron.
Rube says he's in a league that's $250. If I'm in a league that's $250, that's all I'm doing. That's my job. That is my job now. Okay, where does it say more than 2? Scroll back up.
Scrolling back up.
Give the chat some love today. Well, I know we normally ignore
Left field saying more than 2 leagues is like having more than a handful of titty.
Jesus. What's wrong with more than a handful of titty?
I don't know, but I enjoy fantasy football a little too much. I'm addicted.
So this is what I will say, though. So a couple years back, and y'all keep chiming in with your fantasy, but I think 3 leagues max to respect your homies in the leagues you're in. I think you should do 3 at the max. If you're doing 5, somebody's gonna get neglected. That's just it. But so 10 years ago, I lost my ass gambling. Like I lost my ass. And in turn, I almost lost my wife. And so I vowed to never gamble again on sports. Not like that. Like here and there, I'll do 25, but like just where I'm trying to be, Mr. Gamble to get ahead in life. I vowed to never do that again. But with DraftKings and being around you, I am getting the itch to get back into the parlay world. Now I know real gamblers, and since we got Pub Sports in here, what's up, Coco, and what's up, Weedo, and what's up, AOD? I'm getting the itch, man. Now I know parlays are blasphemous.
That is true.
And I know that real gamblers will tell you parlays are for losers like myself, but they also pay the most. Yes? No? Maybe so?
They do, I guess, but good luck. You'll hit like 30% of them.
I'm getting the itch, y'all. What's a good amount weekly that I can keep my wife?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I mean,
What's a good amount to where I won't jeopardize my wife?
I mean, I probably, if I tallied the amount of bets I make a week and how much money all those bets are worth, it'd probably be an uncomfortable amount for me. I'd be like, oh my God, why am I doing this? This is horrid. But I personally say $500, but
Man, that's $2,000 a month, fool. Bookie.
Don't lose it. Just keep betting that $500. And then you win, put in the bankroll.
I'm thinking 50 to 100. 50 to 100 seems like, okay, I can still pay my mortgage if I lose. 2, it's going to have to be parlays. Because if I'm not doing the parlays, why am I going to bet $50 a week to win 75? Like, okay, I'm going to take Washington to cover the 3 over Dallas. Mm-hmm. So if I bet 50, what am I going to win? 100 total?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, is that worth it? Is that worth me sitting around sweating?
I don't think so. No, not for one bet, for 1 week.
That's what I'm saying. So why not just put the 50 on the parlay with the chance to win 600?
Because you're not going to win. That's why. That's why. You'll win like 20% of the time, 30% of the time.
Drew Show $5. You know you have a problem if you're in fantasy AI league, even if you live in Miami. Same as gambling on darts. Yeah, you got a bad. Guido says 11 one time, the rest pick 6. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we do is just talking to himself.
Oh, okay. Nuke Worker, parlays are a bookie's best friend. You're right. But to me, that makes the most sense. Now, and this is another thing I'll say, and this is why football is king. It does make the watching experience more exciting.
Of course.
Now, yes, now sometimes it's exciting in the wrong direction, meaning you're screaming at the television, why are you throwing the ball on 3rd and 2? I'm up 6. Why are you throwing the ball? Run the ball. You have 180 yards rushing. Why are you throwing it? You should have just ran the ball and kept the clock running. But it does, that was probably the best time I had watching football, college football and NFL football, was because when you got action, man, it makes the game exciting. And there's nothing like hitting. That's the thing. It's like heroin, man. They say the first time you shoot heroin, you spend the rest of the time you're on heroin chasing that first high. The first time you hit a lick, gambling,
yeah,
that shit is like busting it's too early to say it, but that shit is right there with hitting a perfect golf shot, and it's right there with the sexual experience. Like, damn, I just hit for 1,000. You know what I mean? Now I'm still down. Like, you hit the 1,000, but you're still down 2,000 from 3 weeks ago. So, and I had perfect example. Left field said, I got a nephew 145 on sports. Told his dad he'd be asking. Told his dad he'll be asking money in 2 years, and he did. Lost it all. No winning at gambling. I had a buddy that hit on DraftKings twice for 6 figures. Twice.
Respect.
But you know how much has to go right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to hit those.
Like, so 6 figures, that's like a 10-team parlay, right?
So yeah, probably. It's very difficult. That's why it's not worth doing parlays. And you just build your bankroll. You keep building. It's not a get rich quick scheme, unfortunately.
What do you mean? What's not a get rich quick scheme?
Sports betting.
Why not?
Because it's very hard. You can get lucky.
But you can get rich quick. His nephew won 145,000.
And then lost it all.
But that's because he wasn't smart enough to go.
Wow.
Like, if I hit look, I'm going to tell you this. I'll tell you like this. If I was lucky enough, which it'll never happen. It will never happen for me. If I hit for 140, I won't have it. Like, if I lose it all, it's going to be because I paid off my house. I paid off my car. You know what I'm saying? I got new carpet. I got a roof. I got a new fence. Like, I'm telling my wife, like, yo, babe, I just hit for 145. Here's 90. Go fix up the whole house. And I'm going to keep 50 to keep gambling. So if I do lose it all, it's because I paid off some shit. I'm not going to keep that 145, go pop some bottles, go hang out, go to Ruth Chris, and then just put 140 back to my bookie. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I may lose it all, but having lost it all, I paid off a bunch of shit. But again, those people are one out of a million to hit for six figures in a week.
Yeah, that's difficult to do. I mean, I you know, if I hit like that, I'm just putting it all into my bankroll and just keep betting. Let me take 1,000 for myself and enjoy the 1,000, and then the rest is just you. Then I would be great. It'd be awesome. I'd be betting like $1,000 a game. That'd be fun.
Again,
that'd be awesome.
Yes, you're right, Boss 707. I am talking short term. I'm not a gambler. I haven't gambled in a decade. So I'm not a gambler. So yeah, and the reason why I will lose is because I'm not willing to play the long game. Yeah. I'm not willing to sit through a whole football season and then be like, oh, well, I'm 55. I hit 55%. So the shit ain't for me. Right?
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
So it's not for me because I don't want to wait till week 17 and then go tally it up. Okay, I'm up $110 on the season and be like, yeah, I'm the man. Like, what? That's a waste of time to me. Like, I can go and sell a couple pairs of shoes and make $110 in 17 weeks. If that's the case, I got I'm a hustler. I can figure out ways, but I don't know, man. But I do have the itch.
Yeah.
I have the itch.
Well, football season's coming.
Damn.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
I wonder if my wife's listening. I wonder if she'll mind if I bet 50 a week. What should I do? Should I go? Because I know a couple bookies. Should I go the bookie route?
You should.
Or should I go the DraftKings FanDuel route?
Well, they're illegal here, so you'd have to use an offshore.
What do you mean they're illegal? I know a lot of people that use DraftKings and FanDuel. What are you talking about? They're illegal.
You can't bet on sports here.
Yes, you can.
Nope. Not with FanDuel and DraftKings.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. This is real life. They can do like contests and stuff like that, but that's not betting on sports really. That's, you know.
So the people that do prize picks?
That's all, yeah. That's not really sports gambling. That's just betting on props, you know.
Okay, but you can win money.
Sure, yeah. That's like they don't call it gambling. That's like contest is what they're technically referring.
That's gambling. If I put up $50 and I say Dak Prescott needs to throw 300 yards and I get money back, okay, it's not gambling, but I won money.
But you have to put in like so and so X and then another leg and all this shit as well. So yeah, it's you can't really like bet straight bets in like DraftKings or anything like that.
So go the bookie route.
Yeah.
Now, do the bookies pay you weekly? Like, let's say, like, if I get a bookie and I hit him across the head for $550, is he gonna tell me I'm keeping your $550? Does he pay out that day? Like, how does it work?
With mine, we pay out every Tuesday, really.
So either you paying him or he's paying you every Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes if it's like a small amount, I'll just roll it over. So if it's under $100, I'll roll it over.
But if it's 1,000, you want your money?
Yeah, I've gotten to a comma into my account one time, and that was betting on horses. That's what you really should be betting on. If you only have $50, you should start betting on horses. It's great. But I got there one time, and that was on like a Friday, Saturday, and then the NFL came and I got buried. So I lost like 700 of it, and I came away with $300 for that week. So I was happy, but it could have been much better.
Does Hilga know you have a gambling problem?
She knows I gamble. No,
does she know you have a problem? There's a difference. like my wife knows I have a drinking problem. Sure. Like I'm a functioning alcoholic. Does your lady know you have a gambling problem?
No. I'll say no. Just for the sake of this, no.
Okay. Nuke worker. That's the post of the day so far. So you can have a gun in your pocket, but don't dare make a bet in Texas. Mic drop, nuke worker.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Yeah, you have a gun. And you ain't gotta have a license. And you got that bitch on your waist. Out.
Yeah.
But weed, gambling, oh hell no. So I'm getting the itch, y'all. So send me your bookies. And isn't that illegal?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is.
Shit. Then let me shut up.
Rudy's figuring this all out.
I don't want to go to jail.
No, that's all right. You got to do it.
But
for the
see,
game.
I always did it for when I was on radio, we had the bet online, the all offshore shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was that's legal, right?
No, that's still illegal, but we
Why? It's not here.
It's offshore, I don't know. We're not supposed to be using it, I can tell you that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that was the first way I started gambling, though. Now it's a little more complicated because you can't put your credit cards or debit cards on there because the banks will be like, "What the fuck?" And then you got to buy Bitcoin, then you got to sell the Bitcoin to them, and the whole thing.
What?
Yeah. That's how you deposit now. You have to buy Bitcoin, and then you send the Bitcoin to Bet Online or whatever.
I'm not doing that.
So yeah, that bookie.
I'll just go bookie
and credit. Yeah, it's dangerous.
Does your bookie? Is he like the mob where he has to vet people before he takes you on?
I don't think so. No, I've had him for a while now.
So if you said, "Hey man, I got this black dude that I work with. He wants in," he'll let me in.
Yeah.
And what are we using Zelle and Cash App so we can all go to jail?
Yeah.
Fuck. We don't meet at Valero and exchange cash hand to hand?
No, I don't want. I never do that. That's such a pain in the ass.
Well, I don't want no paper trail.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's just me and him sending just chicken money back. I'm just buying products from him. By the way, this guy, when I met him, he had a job, was working full time.
Okay.
Now just doesn't work and has a chicken stand, and he does that for whatever.
Because he has a bunch of idiots like me that bet parlays, and he rips through their ass every week.
Yeah.
That's basically what happens.
Yeah. Occupancy is mentioning about California, same thing, but you can get a VPN, which sure, but I don't know occupancy. You might have to put your address in for accounts or something like that. So I've never done that, but that's another good idea.
$10, Roji Valdez 8178. Punch the Spurs for last night. They will get their new arena and they know it, but what is wrong with an independent view? Also, had they legalized gambling / marijuana, do we have this problem? That, sir, is a great question.
God, we just take all the money from the fucking taxes from marijuana.
But see, the thing is, from what I've been told with the weed, yeah, it's legal in most of those states, but doesn't it have to be cash because it's federal? And I don't know. Who cares? I don't smoke anymore. The weed nowadays is too strong for me. So when I took up golf, like I was a pothead. Like I would have to smoke in the morning. I worked at Nationwide. I worked in a call center. The only way you can work in a call center for 10 years is if you're high out of your mind, right?
Yeah.
So I would smoke on the way to work. I would smoke on lunch break. I would smoke on the way home. Then I would smoke before I went to bed. I would smoke before I went to HEB. I would smoke before I went to Target. I was a full-blown pothead. Then I discovered golf. And my wife made me choose. She was like, look, we're not rich. You're going to either spend money on weed or you're going to spend money on golf, but not both. So I chose golf. And so I quit smoking weed for like 3 years. And I came back and the weed had superpowers. And and I freaking freaked out. I freaked out, my first time back. And I was like, this isn't the high that I was used to. I was used to just feeling mellow and like, okay, yeah, now we can walk through Target for 3 hours if you want, babe. I got my icy. I got my popcorn. Yeah, that blouse looks awesome. Yeah, we need another pot. Sure, we need some forks. Then I came back and this weed, I was like, yo, this ain't the weed I grew up on with the seeds and shit. Give me the Reggie. Give me the Reggie with the weeds and the stems and shit. So I could just, my mouth could taste like bark. My mouth could taste like tree bark and I could just have a normal high. This new shit, the grape 8 jump through the root 3.5. Like, what happened to dime bags and halves and O's? Now it's a 3.5 and a 7, and I don't want to do all that shit. And I'm damn sure not doing no vape pen. I don't know what's in that. Who knows? What's in a vape pen? How do I know what's in a vape pen? So you're all right. Yes, it is dirt weed. It is dirt weed, and that's what I grew up on, having to spend 30 minutes taking all the seeds out so the blunt won't be popping the whole time. But I had a normal high.
You know what? I experienced dirt weed one time.
Well, Jose, you grew up in an era where you came into the era of great weed.
Yes, but I experienced your really bad weed once. I was in Mexico. I was in there for my sister's wedding, and everyone just knows me as my fucking little brother pothead, apparently. So this girl was like, "You smoke?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Did you bring any weed?" I was like, "No, I did not bring weed through customs, lady. What the fuck are you talking about?" And she's like, "Okay, blah blah blah." And then she goes up to a waiter, and this guy was like, "Yeah, I can get you weed, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." So then I became the drug mule. So the next day, I go meet this guy, and he gives me just like a literal just brick of weed. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Why did I?" And I gave him however much money, and I was like, "Okay, whatever." And he gave me a brick. I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do with this?" And I'm there for like one more day, and I'm like, "Okay, great." So I don't know how to roll. So I have a cousin there that does. We go.
Wait, excuse me?
I don't know how to roll. No, my fingers are stupid. I can't roll my R's. I don't know how to roll. I'm incapable of a lot of things. Yeah, it's a bad time. I'm a bad time. But I open up the fucking pack, and it's like.
It's dirt and
stems, seeds. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it was okay, but I was like, "This is horrible." I was like, "I've never experienced having."
What'd you do? Toss the rest in the ocean?
No, I put it in a plant, just like a public plant. And I just
so somebody got a little gift.
Yeah, I left it like the morning of leaving. I was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do with this." Just toss in a public plant, leave. And I'm like, "All right, I'll never be back here. It's okay." So.
We got breaking news, Jose.
Oh God. Oh no, I don't know what it is.
It's not. It's breaking news in the form of our Texas Cheer Liquor sponsorship.
Oh God, that's even better.
It is. It's not Slackers.
Oh God, that startled me. I was like, "Oh my God, what did the Red Sox do? What did the Cowboys do? Did they trade Michael Parsons?"
No, hell no, that ain't happening. But we do have breaking news. September 13th, Texas Cheer Liquor number 8. That's the one off of Military Crossing right next to the huge academy off 410. September 13th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., the man, the myth, the legend, the all-world Iceman George Gervin will be in the building at Texas Cheer Liquor number 8, signing his new vodka, Ice Vodka 44. So that's September 13th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Texas Cheer Liquor number 8. Come out, gonna have DJ. We're gonna have a good time just like we did at number 3. Only thing is, we added a little something on it, and Iceman George Gervin will be in the building signing bottles of his new Ice 44 vodka. So that's Texas Cheer Liquor number 8, September 13th. I'll be talking about it a whole lot more. Don't forget, when you go into Texas Cheer Liquor, make sure you tell them you're in the building to get that 5% off. And yeah, I'm sure Mike Check A, absolutely. I'm sure he used to smoke a little weed.
Did you get that all organized?
I was Draymond. I wasn't Steph Curry in it. I wasn't Klay Thompson. But I made a few phone calls. I mean, I do interview his son every 2 weeks. Speaking of G Gervin, Lil G, what up, Lil G?
That's what I was like. I guess Rudy put the call in.
I put the call in, but I didn't. AD knows people too. AD knows people. He knows distributors, and he's got a bunch of cases. And Texas Cheer Liquor may or may not be the only ones with that Ice Vodka for a little bit of time. So, shout out to Ice 44 Vodka, and shout out to George Gervin, and shout out to Texas Cheer Liquor, the official studio sponsor of In the Building.
I guess I'll have to try it.
Whether it's Tommy DeVito, Jackson Dart, or Russell Wilson, right? Yeah. We know Jaden Daniels is the truth. We know Jalen Hurts is the truth. Now that Russell Wilson has come to the NFC East, is Dak Prescott the worst quarterback in the NFC East?
No. He's better than Russell Wilson. I mean,
Are you sure?
Russell Wilson is
Are
terrible.
you sure?
Yeah, Russell
Is he
Wilson-
better than DeVito?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive on both of these counts.
I don't know if he's better than Russell Wilson.
Ugh. I mean, he would have to be horrible this year to get down to that level.
Did you see what have you been watching?
Russell Wilson is really bad.
Russell Wilson was fine for Pittsburgh. He looked just like Dak.
But I think Pittsburgh and them have much better coaching and a much better defense. Now, the Giants' defense is going to be pretty good this year, but no thanks. Give me Dak Prescott every day of the week versus Russell Wilson. And that's rare to say about Dak Prescott, about any person. Russell Wilson's just that guy. Russell Wilson also in the locker room, not my kind of guy.
You've never been in the locker room with Russell Wilson.
If the dude's doing fucking jumping jacks and burpees on the airplane, I'm good.
He did not do that.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy. He's like, yeah, I got to stretch. I'm going to do burpees in the middle of the fucking plane while everyone's trying to sleep or relax.
Look,
Fuck that.
On draft day, I talked a lot of shit about Jackson Dart. And mostly that was because I was emotional about Shedeur Sanders. But from what I've seen, Jose, I like the kid. I like Jackson Dart.
You're smoking darts.
I'm smoking darts. Now, this is what I'll say about the Giants. I think while I feel like my theory is you can ruin a quarterback by thrusting him into a bad situation, the other half of me also feels like, well, if I'm gonna suck, why? If I'm gonna go 5-12 or 6-11, why am I trotting out DeVito or Winston or Russell Wilson when I can just start getting Jackson Dart ready?
Yeah, I mean, but what's his name is just trying to save his job, right?
Who is what's his name?
The head coach for the Giants.
Dable?
Yeah, he's just trying to save his job.
So how is he? First of all, we talked a lot of shit about the Cleveland Browns having 5 quarterbacks. Hell, the Giants got 4.
Yeah, it's not good.
The Giants have 4. So 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., Thomas. I like Jackson Dart. And again, and before you tell me, oh, Rudy, it's preseason, cool your jets. Dak Prescott's career started because he went crazy in preseason. All right? So I get it. Yes, I'm not a huge preseason guy. I'm just going off of what I see intangibles and eye test. I'm not a big analytics guy. I believe in analytics. I've adopted analytics. I get where we're going with analytics. But I'm just watching a guy that just goes play football. And Jackson Dart is a football player. And I pay attention to the team and to the sideline when certain guys are playing. The same way I did with Arch Manning last year. When Arch would get in the game, it was a different vibe and a different feel on the sideline and a different feel with the offensive line and a different feel the way the guys were coming into the huddle. Are you commanding the huddle? Does the team look more energetic when you're in there? Again, Jackson Dart may get out there and stink it up once they start doing real complex defenses and stuff is moving and they're blitzing and they're acting like they're blitzing and they're not blitzing. A lot of shit can go wrong. But what I've seen just intangible-wise from him, just, hey, man, I'm just going to go make a play, to the vibe and to the energy, Jackson Dart might just be the real deal. And I was destroying the Giants when they took him on draft night. So
I mean, I think Dayball's a good coach. I think he stinks. I don't think he's gonna be good.
You think who stinks?
Jackson Dart. I'm not a believer.
Are you going off of that from what you saw on Saturdays?
Yeah, Saturdays. I don't believe in the guy.
But even though he came from, because I'm not as Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Even though that's kind of sort of pro style with Kiffin.
Yeah, it is not.
Because to me, I put Kiffin right there with Sark as far as developing quarterbacks.
Yeah. And he was just kind of meh. I'm out on Jackson Dart. I don't really believe in any of the quarterbacks from this class, I'm being honest, besides Cam Ward. But even then, I'm still kind of like, he went to UIW.
You don't believe in Cam Ward?
Not really, no.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not like, I mean, I was going to say Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence isn't even good anymore. I'm just, like, I think he'll be like a top 10 maybe quarterback. I don't think he'll ever get to top 5. If he's lucky, he'll get to top 10, but he's better than what the Titans have had, so they had to take him.
Who that? Will Levis?
Yeah, he stinks and he eats a bunch of mayo.
Yeah, Jose, you're always negative. Who do you like? And don't say Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. Who do you like?
Who's my favorite I mean, I am a Jalen Hurts believer.
Yeah.
I mean,
me too.
It's unfortunate that his team is so good, but he is that guy. Let me look at the fantasy board. This will help me very much more. I will say that I think Dak Prescott is going to have a decent year. I'm not as negative, and I hate to say this, Rudy, since you're making me say
I know.
this.
First of all, I'm not knocking Dak because, again, I'm the one that's been saying I think they're going to have a decent year. I think they're going to make the playoffs. So go ahead, finish your take.
Baker Mayfield, pretty good quarterback. I hate to say that. I hate the guy.
You know what? Baker and I got off to the wrong foot, but I love me some Baker now. Again, it's because of the vibe. They play for him.
Yeah. I think Baker Mayfield, now that he's not like a young guy and he's got some experience, I think that, like, his kind of personality will fit better now, and he's going to be a good quarterback. So if I was making like an MVP bet this year and I wanted some disgustingly high odds, it'd be Baker Mayfield.
I'm in the boat with Lamar Jackson. He's giving me James Harden vibes.
Oh God, I know it sucks. I wish.
Like, hey man, look, I can be a fan, but I also have to be fair. I mean, we did this to Peyton freaking Manning, bro. Yeah. Peyton Manning could, if not for Tom Brady, Peyton Manning is probably the GOAT.
Yep.
And you know what we said until he finally got over the hump and beat sorry ass Rex Grossman? He's a loser. Love you, Lamar, and I know it's not always on you. But Lamar Jackson got to win a Super Bowl. Hey, Lamar, get to one.
Yeah.
Get to one. I got to be fair, man. I got to be fair. We give people that don't win rings so much shit. Why do we all love Lamar Jackson? Is he getting hey, well, he's such a good guy treatment? So is that why doesn't he face the same criticism that Josh Allen receives?
But because we think Lamar Jackson is worse than Josh Allen.
Oh, so we feel like maybe Lamar Jackson just isn't good enough to even be put in the category of, hey man, he's got to win one.
I mean, I think he's firmly like Josh Allen is the best quarterback right now. Then it's Patrick Mahomes. Then Sir. Traveling, double dribble, flagrant foul.
I know I did not just hear you rank Josh Allen ahead of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he won the MVP last year. What do you want me to do? I get that it's a team game when they play against each other. The Bills coach who loves not talking about 9/11, that guy just can't get it done against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. But I think
so. Josh Allen's shortcomings, you're blaming them on the coach. We've never done that, Jose.
Yeah.
Why are you moving the goalposts for Josh Allen? Is it because his wife is cute?
She is cute, but no, I mean, Patrick Mahomes could be a top 5, top number 1 quarterback of all time. So I feel bad for the guy. If he was in the NFC East, he'd be making Super Bowls.
I feel like we make too many excuses for Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Like, Joe Burrow isn't the first quarterback with a shitty offensive line.
And he's still better than Lamar and one of the best quarterbacks in football.
He's better than Lamar?
I think so.
You sure about that?
I'd rather have Joe Burrow, yeah. One of these guys actually beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
So, I bet you that offensive line wouldn't look that bad with Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow's a statue. Aren't statue quarterbacks being phased out?
Yeah, but that fucking guy almost won the MVP last year.
No, he didn't. In your mind.
He was top 3. Him. He was like Lamar, Allen. Burrow almost dragged a horrible team to the playoffs. He wanted it. Yeah, I'd give me.
I don't want to. I hate when we make excuses for people when a lot of other guys. Hell, you have guys that have won one that get criticized more than Burrow and Lamar.
Absolutely.
Like the perfect example of Aaron Rodgers, who's won a title. We give him more shit than we give Lamar and Joe Burrow.
Well, because he's a prick.
Okay, but we're talking about football. I want to talk about having a beer with the guy.
That's why everyone gives him shit. You know, he's an asshole. It's easy to give an asshole shit. Everyone likes Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, you know, so you feel like an asshole, like, you know, slandering those guys who are going up against Patrick Mahomes, who, you know, could be the best quarterback of all time, and Josh Allen, who's very fucking good in his own right, too.
Are we talking about Patrick Mahomes like this? And I've just shit on the rundown. I'm sorry, y'all. Are we because I had this conversation with a couple buddies. Are we talking about Patrick Mahomes like this if he's not with Andy Reid?
I mean, it's hard to say. Does Andy Reid not get those Super Bowls without him? And just
Andy Reid went to 4 straight NFC Championship games with Donovan McNabb. If Patrick Mahomes, if my team, if my Chicago Bears were smart and drafted Patrick Mahomes that year,
that hurts.
Is Patrick Mahomes in the GOAT conversation if he's a Chicago Bear?
Well, I think the Bears are especially cursed, you know, so probably not. Just like the Jets, you know. We can't have nice things, Rudy. It sucks. I thought I was the most.
So basically, what I'm asking you is Patrick Mahomes a system quarterback?
No.
Why? How can you answer that question that fast?
Well, I believe in the play. I see when it comes to Belichick versus Brady, I'm always leaning
because keep in mind, Brady did have Josh McDaniels, but we saw when Josh McDaniels went somewhere else for a little bit, Brady was still Brady, and Josh McDaniels wasn't Josh McDaniels.
And whenever Andy Reid goes and Eric Bieniemy or whoever becomes the head coach of the Chiefs, I think Patrick Mahomes will still be Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he has a horrible offensive coordinator now.
Who's their offensive coordinator this year?
Former Bears guy.
Oh, God, that's right.
I forget his name, but yeah, that guy's terrible. So, no thanks. So, I'll battle for Mahomes in this situation, but I still think he's number 2 overall this year, going into this year against bad Josh Allen.
Speaking of football, I know a great place where you can watch your games, and that would be the official sports bar of In the Building. Slackers, 5 locations: Nacogdoches, North Star, Fredericksburg, St. Mary's, and Thousand Oaks. And each bar has its own group of people. Like they have a bar, I want to say it's Fredericksburg is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Titans and Broncos are at Thousand Oaks. So Cowboys are everywhere. So Slackers, and hell, football season, the real football season starts, next Thursday? We got real college football? Or is it not?
We got it this weekend. Come on. Week 0's this weekend.
Oh, week 0's this weekend. So yeah, head out to Slackers, and the bartender will not know what you're talking about, but just let her know, hey, I need a Lalo neat with an orange slice, and I'm in the building, and he or she will look at you like you're crazy. But they'll pass it along, and Frank and Wally and Mikey will know what exactly they're talking about. Anytime you use any of our sponsors, make sure you let them know in the building. Slackers is going to be the one-stop shop. They always got food. They always got vibes. They always got the TVs. Plenty of TVs for you to watch a game. Let them know, like, hey, man, for whatever reason, I'm a Jaguar fan. Nobody's over here with me. Can you put the Jags game on over here? And they will accommodate you. Slackers, sports, drinks, games, the official sports bar of In the Building.
Yeah, you really didn't want to go to the rundown. You're like, fuck the Cowboys talk today.
No, I don't.
Let's rank quarterbacks.
No, I didn't want to rank quarterbacks. It's just you say stuff that throws me off.
Well, I've got takes.
Yeah, you say stuff that throws me off, and I got to stop doing that. Like, that was one of my biggest issues when I was a kid in school. Like, Rudy's a great student. He just easily gets off task. And that has carried over into my old age of 48. You believe Eric Dickerson, the great Eric Dickerson.
Goggles.
You know, oh, I'm glad you know Eric Dickerson. I didn't think you knew Eric Dickerson.
Ram and SMU, whatever the fuck, Mustang, whatever they are.
Yeah. Are we calling bullshit on Eric Dickerson? He was on with Dan Patrick, and he said, quote, "What I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told teams, do not draft Shedeur Sanders. Do not draft him. We're going to make an example out of him." This came from a very good source, and they said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Do not draft him. Are we calling bullshit on that?
You know, I want to, but when we're talking about a league that already has a history of blackballing quarterbacks, it's tough to say like no outright.
You know what? You know what, Jose? They did it to Cap. They've done this. This is a league that knew what the hits to the heads were doing to players, kept it a secret. I'm not saying that Eric is lying, but I'm just saying that why do I have to believe his source? I'm not saying that somebody didn't tell Eric Dickerson that, but what I'm saying is, why would I believe his source? So I'm trying to play fair here, but I'm leaning toward I believe this happened. I truly believe this happened.
I definitely believe someone told him.
Because this is also the league that just decided to send, they have this dark web email system for the owners. Yeah. And they all emailed each other. I also believe they all emailed each other and said, look, man, we're not paying running backs no more. That's it. We're done. Don't do it. Nobody do it. Everybody stand firm. We're not doing it anymore. So I'm falling on the side of I do believe it. Now, that doesn't mean that I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be all world or anything, but I believe the NFL does shit like this all the time.
I mean, I agree with you. They Pablo Torre, that whole podcast came out, and it showed that the NFL owners were texting about quarterback contracts and stuff like that, and trying not to get them to be fully guaranteed and all that.
And see, Cleveland, of all people, Cleveland messing it up again. Keep in mind, they were trying, like, the quarterback money was always going to be more than everybody else. That's just the way the world works in the NFL. But what Cleveland did with Deshaun Watson effed up everything.
Yeah.
That's why we are where we are as far as Dak getting the money he got and, Sunshine getting the money he got. And then here you go again, Cleveland messing it up again, according to Eric Dickerson, and drafting Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry, I have no evidence, but I do believe it. I've seen this too many times. That was the writers, but I've seen these guys make Terrell Owens wait till the third ballot to get in. They're his third time being on the ballot to get in the Hall of Fame. The NFL is a strange place. And speaking of, and tying it in, the reason why I say I believe it, I'm going to tie it into the Cowboy documentary. When Jerry, and if y'all haven't seen it, when Jerry decided, and this is not giving away anything, when Jerry decided to pay Deion Sanders $35 million, the other NFL owners were pissed. This is all the way back in 95. They were pissed. San Francisco owner was like, we thought that was dangerous to be doing things like that. So it's not unlike the NFL to all gather up in their little room and discuss what we're not going to do. We're going to do whatever we have to do to maintain control. And I do feel like they wanted to teach Shedeur Sanders a lesson. Now, some of that was on Deion and Shedeur. because when it looked like Shador was going to be a surefire top 3 pick, Dion and Travis Hunter as well, Dion was saying, yeah, there's a couple places. We ain't just playing for anybody. So they had a hand in the fall of Shador Sanders, and now it looks like, I don't know, I think he makes the team just off of the fact that he was going to make them a ton of money. But now it looks like he's maybe on the chopping block, him or Pickett or Gabriel. I don't know. One or two of those guys ain't making the team. I'd be shocked if it's not Shador, only because he sells jerseys and he gets eyeballs and you can raise ticket prices should he ever have to start. That's why I think he makes the team if nothing else happens. But bring it full circle, I believe Eric Dickerson's source that Shador Sanders was clearly for all those teams, and Boss 707 said it, too many teams needed a quarterback for him to fall to 5th round. And then when you look at just some of the guys that went before him, what was the kid from Louisville? Like, there's a couple kids you want to say, Cam Ward, I get it. He said all the right things. And I get all that. But too many teams need a quarterback for him to fall to 5th. And when I look around at and New Orleans still don't really have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who did they draft?
Tyler Shuck, the guy that looks just hilarious. He looks terrible.
Come on, man. Tyler Shuck before Shador Sanders. Stop the nonsense. Con Clip, sorry, I don't agree with you. Talent level was nowhere near 1st round pick. Now, maybe he should have went at the end of the 2nd. I agree with that, but his talent level. That's okay, fine, Con. We're agreeing in different ways. He's not a 5th round pick. Knock it off. Johnny Manziel went in the 1st round.
That's still crazy to me.
And who did it?
The Browns. Jerry wanted to.
Jerry wanted to really, really bad. He did want to. But no, he's not a 5th round pick. Adrian Garcia, neither Cap nor Sanders were also that good. Cap was a backup, and the league pretty much saved everyone a draft pick because Sanders ain't that good. I'm sorry. I thought Cap took the 49ers to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I disagree with the
What is he talking about?
Kaepernick was really good.
What is he talking about?
He was the first, not the first, but he was like the one that really like fucked up the Packers. And with the running, like Vic was obviously
that was that read option.
Yeah, that was the first time like the read option was like really like college elements used in the NFL and just destroyed the Packers.
No, I'm not. Look, AJ Garcia, I'm not telling you that he was Peyton Manning, but I am telling you that he had a moment where he was really good and you had to game plan against him. But once they figured out the read option, yeah, his days were numbered. But they didn't pay him a settlement because the NFL doesn't do that, AJ. So my point isn't arguing whether Cap was good enough or not. My point is, considering they had to pay that man, he was blackballed. Knock it off, AJ. That's the point of the conversation. Not whether these guys are going to be all world. The point of it is did the owners conspire to keep him out? Yes, they did, and that's okay.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson might have a case to argue that they conspired against him too, to not get fully guaranteed money. So that'll be very interesting.
Well, he didn't have an agent, and I'm not saying that that's wrong because I think it's why do you need to pay an agent just to you could pay some lawyer $250 an hour to read over the contract over 6 hours and get it done, but they're gonna bully you when you don't have an agent. And they tried to bully Lamar Jackson. And they did conspire against Lamar Jackson. Did you notice as soon as they said Lamar Jackson, the tweet came out at 11:31, Lamar Jackson has been granted permission to seek a trade. At 11:32, 8 teams that said we're not interested. Yeah. What? 8 teams, 1 minute after he's on the trading block, come out and say we're not interested? Come on, man. Yeah. So, yes, I believe Eric Dickerson's sources that say the league conspired to teach Shador Sanders a lesson.
Could you imagine the Falcons not saying no thanks? We don't want to trade 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson. Imagine what the Falcons
at that time.
Yeah. They just get Bijan. They have Drake London. Like, That's just unbelievable to me.
Yeah. Well, now they have Big Penix Energy.
Yeah, Michael Penis. If you look on the news.
What are you talking about? Did somebody misspell his name?
Oh yeah, on the news they put penis.
That's not on accident.
They put penis.
Someone's got a sense of humor in the green room.
Again, if you were an Atlanta like news station and Michael Penix gets drafted, the first thing you guys are rounding up everyone and saying, guys, his name ends in an X.
Well, I remember when Desmond Howard did it on game day, he was the one I stole it from. My jaw hit the floor because I didn't hear him. He was like, we got Michael Big Penix Energy. And I said, what did he just say? But I missed the X. So, I don't know. Yeah, the X is right underneath the S on the keyboard. Oh, but the Giants and the Browns, they're going to have a couple quarterbacks probably looking for a new home here soon. When you got 4 quarterbacks on one team and you got 5 quarterbacks on another, you're probably not going to be in that place long and you're going to need a new home. And the best person I can think to call when you need a new home is my man, Jay Ribaldo. Stop renting. Stop wasting money. You're throwing away your equity. Call up Jay Ribaldo and just start the process. Yeah, some people, you got, money-wise, credit-wise, it's going to take time. But the only way to close that gap is to just call Jay Ribaldo and close up that gap and just get started. Jay's going to walk you through it from A all the way to Z and make sure you get in home and you start getting, the American dream and getting your home and being able to take some equity out of that home and maybe start a business or put something into the house to make the house worth more and then sell the home. There's so many benefits to owning a home. And Jay Ribaldo is the man to go through. Give him a call at 210-887-1081. That's Jay Ribaldo at Ribaldo Realty Group. Tony Parker said he wants to be a head coach in the NBA. Now that's not breaking news.
I want to be the Pope, Rudy.
That's not breaking news. This is what I'm going to say. They better give my guy the same energy they gave Mark Jackson, Steve Nash, Steve Kerr, Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, and the list goes on. Now, there's some guys that have to go through the whole clipboard shit where you're sitting on the bench and you're in charge of making sure, the guards are really good and keeping stats and this and that. Tony Parker is on that level of player that you just give him a job. Steve Kerr is a little different because he was the GM with the Phoenix Suns. But Steve Nash got Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving off. He was just chilling at Niagara Falls, and they called him like, hey, come take this job. Mark Jackson, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas. They didn't have Jason Kidd. They didn't go sit on nobody's bench for 5 years like Patrick Ewing did. And Patrick Ewing, hell, he still didn't get no NBA job. So
Mark Jackson's the only player in that list that's worse than Tony Parker.
First of all, what do you mean? As far as like playing days?
Yeah.
Mark Jackson was a dog, sir.
Okay, fine. That's fine. I'll booster my argument. Tony Parker was not.
Again, I'm not talking. I don't. Fine. Point guards, they all want to be coaches, but just give my guy, the most underrated Spur of all time, the same treatment that you gave a lot of these other point guards / former NBA greats. Tony Parker, and now I don't know. Now I'm saying that, but Tony may want to take the long route. But all I'm saying is Steve Nash was a debacle. It was bad. It went bad, but that wasn't his fault. Kyrie didn't want to take the shot. James Harden was hurt. KD was out there by himself. Almost beat the Bucks that ended up winning the title, but it was a bad situation. Do you remember Jason Kidd spilling fake water on people?
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I respect that. And the people in the chat are right. Tony Parker is just going to try to fuck everyone's wives, so I wouldn't want him on my staff. That's what people in the chat are saying. I know, no, that's not my Tony Parker.
Dude, he was young. He was dumb and full of cum. He made a mistake, man. How long are y'all gonna talk about this?
Apparently a long time, because I don't know when this is from. I'll tell you, this didn't make the news over in Virginia when I was growing up.
You mean y'all weren't talking to Tony Parker and Brent Barry?
No.
Oh.
No, we were not. Like, y'all don't talk about Tiki and Rondé Barber down here. We didn't talk about Tony Parker.
Why would we talk about Tiki and Rondé Barber?
The people in Virginia would say, why wouldn't you?
They're not 4-time champions.
Well, I was shocked to find out that Tiki Barber is the all-time rusher for the Giants.
That's not hard to do. They've never had any good running backs.
I couldn't believe it. I would have thought Saquon would have taken that shit already.
Saquon wasn't there long enough.
No, he was not. No, and I was shocked to find out Rondé Barber was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, so good luck to Tony. He should not have to take the long route. That's all I want to say about that. GC Services, Roofing and Construction, 17 clients, all right here from in the building. And the latest client makes me happy, makes me warm inside, because they called up Russ and said, hey man, my mom's roof is not looking good. I think I need a new roof. And GC Services, Roofing and Construction, go out there, they inspect the roof, and because they're great people and do great by our people, they got up on the roof, and Russ was like, hey man, you know what? You actually don't need a new roof. You could just use, a few patches here and there. We could fix it up for you. It'll be just like new. But why? Because they do great business, and that's why they've had 16 clients and not one complaint yet. So don't be afraid to call them and think like, oh man, he's going to come out here and try to poke my eyes out. No. One of our In the Building listeners found that out firsthand a couple weeks ago. Like, damn, okay, I appreciate you letting me know that, because most roofing companies, they're going to go up there and they're going to say, yeah, man, we got to tear it all down. You need a whole new roof. We're going to need $20,000. That's not what Russ and Gino do over there. So give them a call at 210-347-0426. That's GC Services, Roofing and Construction. Go local real quick. Sorry, pub. I know y'all are tired of this shit, because we're tired of it here. Shout out to Sean Elliott, man. Sean Elliott, not only in 99 was playing with a failing kidney, hit probably one of the biggest shots in Spurs history over a stretched out jumping Rasheed Wallace in high top Air Force Ones, the Memorial Day Miracle. Not only has he played with a failing kidney to secure our first title, and I think if they play 82 games, I don't even know if he makes it through the whole season. But Sean Elliott has always been a man of the people. He's taken on the role of the ambassador of former Spurs. Sean is always outside, and Sean is always hospitable, and Sean is always patient, and he's always nice. I've seen Sean on multiple occasions, whether it be golf tournaments or just out at different functions. I've seen Sean, and I'm not exaggerating, I've seen Sean Elliott sit there and take 40 pictures with different people. Most celebrities, they'll be like, hey, man, we're going to get one all together. I've sat there and watched Sean sign autographs, and these are not paid events. These are just events where Sean Elliott just happens to be in the building. I've seen him do these things, man, and he did it again last night in favor of Project Marvel, and he went out there and he talked about San Antonio, the city, and what it meant to be a Spur, and how the Spurs all end up staying here. He talked about David staying here, Tim staying here, Manu staying here, Tony Parker staying here, Iceman staying here. And I just want to applaud Sean Elliott, man. Again, I'm not going to get into the nuances of the whole thing, Project Marvel bullshit, because it's going to happen. We've talked about it enough, but I just wanted to give a moment to give some flowers to my main man, Sean Elliott, for being a stand-up guy and being a man of the people and accepting that role as former Spurs who are amongst the folks, because Tim hides, I get it. Manu hides. Tony's here and there, he hides. Dave, I never really see Dave outside, not that much anyway. And I was a little bit perturbed. I'm like, yo, where's Tim and Dave and Tony in this situation? Where are they at? Why is it Sean? Like, I get it. Y'all get bombarded when y'all go outside because you're gods. But why is Sean the only one? Why is Sean the only one that's coming outside? I thought, y'all still live here. Y'all know we need a new arena. Why are we trotting out Sean Elliott? Because Sean is a man of the people and he's accepted that role and he plays that role absolutely well. So Tim, Dave, Manu, Tony don't have to come outside. He's like the Draymond of the former Spurs. He just does all the dirty work. He don't want to hang out with us. Sean don't want to take 30 pictures, but he understands that's his role as a former Spur. So Tim, Dave, Manu, and Tony can stay inside and be hobbits and never have to see anybody. Hey, Iceman be outside too. Shout out to the Iceman.
Yeah, I just got this lovely picture.
Shout out to the Iceman chilling with AD. And the Iceman will be at Texas Cheer Liquor number 8 on September 13th from 3 to 7, signing bottles of his new Ice 44 vodka, Texas Cheer Liquor. But yeah, man, so just wanted to take that moment to give some flowers to my main man, Sean Elliott. And again, screw Project Marvel. I'm over it. It's gonna happen. There's no need. I don't get off. I don't understand how so many men in this town getting off to beating up on the mayor. If that's your thing, you it's when you feel like you're gonna win a fight, you're a little tougher. You know what I mean? You're talking a little bit more shit. Your chest got a little bit more air in it. You're talking a little louder. You're cussing unnecessarily. There's a lot of that going on with this situation because everyone agrees with them. So now everybody in the media is a tough guy. And hey, this lady, pull up Mike's video when you get a chance, and so I can remind people of that. So it's enough tough guy shit going on with this whole thing. It's gonna happen. I just wanted to take the time out to shout out my main man, Sean Elliott.
Yeah. People are
It's a lot of tough guy
colors.
shit going on, bro. Everybody's a tough guy when you know you're not gonna get hit in the mouth. You know what I mean? All this shit talking about the mayor, it's like, bro, there's no consequences to it because the whole city agrees with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little corny. It's not a little corny. It's a lot corny. And I'm not talking about fans. I expect fans to act a certain way. But I got a message for y'all that are mad at the mayor and oh my God, she's gonna run the Spurs out of town. You let them know, Mike.
Where's the camera, Bouquet? Where's the one that
Middle.
focuses just on me?
Oh, this one?
Mijo, the Spurs are not moving.
Exactly, dog. Exactly, man. She's gonna run the Spurs out of town. Shut your ass up. No, she's not. Jesus Christ. Aaron Canupa, $4.99. Sean's a good dude. Play with him as part of a celebrity golf foursome for SA Sports Hall of Fame. Most down-to-earth guy, man of the people. Absolutely. So that's what I wanted. That's my only news today from this freaking melee that is Project Marvel. I'm over it. I'm done with it. So let's punch some people.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
I want to punch Jimmy Johnson.
Oh boy, Mike is gonna be furious.
Mike ain't here, and it's only 6:00 in Hawaii. I finished the series. I finished the Cowboys series, whatever it's called, the Gambler and his Cowboys. And we given Jerry a bunch of shit over the last 30 years. He ran Jimmy off. Jimmy was just as bad as Jerry. Jimmy's ego, if Jerry's ego was huge, let's say Jerry's ego was Shaq, Jimmy's ego was Wilt Chamberlain. Jimmy's ego was ridiculously awful. And and what's so sad about that whole situation, again, who cares about the 3 titles? I'm not reminiscing about the 3 titles. Who gives a shit about the 3 titles? The series was great because of the little intricacies and little shit that went on and the little stuff you got to see. And Jimmy's since said he had some fault in it too, but I'm just mad at myself. So punch me and punch Jimmy Johnson for not realizing, Jimmy wasn't no angel in this. Jimmy wasn't just sitting around yeah, Jerry, you can have the credit, blah, blah, blah. But, both of them deserve to be smacked because these are 2 50-something-year-old dudes at the time. Right? They're in their 50s at the time. But yet, we'll talk shit about Shaq and Kobe while they're in their 20s fighting over whose team it is and this and that. And we're like, man, how could these dudes not figure this out? But yet, we had 2 50-something-year-old men, grown-ass men with kids and shit, arguing over who gets credit for the Herschel Walker trade. No, Jimmy's got fault in it. And keep in mind, and I can say this since Mike ain't here, I can say this and not get a microphone upside my head. In the NFL, on the NFL side, we talk a lot of shit about Jerry post Jimmy. Fuck did Jimmy do once he left the Cowboys? Went to Fox, then went to the Dolphins and got his ass handed to him. He sucked without Jerry Jones. Okay? Nobody wants to talk about that, though. Like, Jimmy's in the Hall of Fame, in the NFL Hall of Fame, for 5 years of coaching.
That's crazy.
For 5 great years with Cowboys. 2 of those years were awful. The first 2 were awful. Then he goes back to back, and then he quits. He's in the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, for 2 really, 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 really good seasons.
Yeah.
But Tom Flores isn't.
Shout out to Tom Flores. Hispanic.
Again, I love the glory days. But Jimmy, 1, had a big hand in the blow up. 2, what did he do without Jerry? That part of the conversation, because we hate Jerry so much, that part of the conversation never gets brought up. They got beat like 62-7 by the Jaguars while he's a Dolphin. He tried to make Ricky Williams Emmitt Smith, but it didn't work.
Too much weed.
Too much weed. So punch me for not realizing, like, yeah, you know what, Rudy, it was pretty simple to understand that Jimmy probably had something to do with that, but also punch Jimmy.
That seemed like it was Tom Brady, Bill Belichick 1.0.
But see, they were smart enough to keep it rolling.
Yeah. Because hopefully they learned from, or like Bill Belichick saw what they did or studied what they did, and they're like, let's not make that mistake.
Yeah, you punching anybody?
It's a great question.
You don't have to. Don't force a punch.
I'd like to punch Barry Switzer. Because I started that episode.
I love Barry. I watched the whole thing. I love Barry Switzer.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yo, so this is the thing. Barry Switzer's style. Well, Barry Switzer's approach would have worked if he had mature players. Barry Switzer's approach was, y'all are men. I'm not going to be watching you 24/7. I'm not going to micromanage you. You're men. You know what you're supposed to do. Get your work done. Go have fun. Let's just show up and ball. That was fine for Emmett. That was fine for Troy. That was fine for Michael Irvin. That was fine for the guys that were pros. But the problem is, because Jimmy and Jerry had drafted so many young guys to fit Jimmy's style, a lot of those guys were only around Jimmy for a year or two and hadn't fully adopted the Jimmy Johnson way of business first, business as usual. And so you had a bunch of young guys that were in Dallas. They were rock stars. They were making a ton of money. And Barry Switzer's free-for-all style didn't work because it was 80% of the team was too immature to have that much freedom. But if Barry Switzer's style, if he had a bunch of vets that were new, that, hey, yeah, we're going to have a good time, but we got to get our work done here in the film room and at practice and this and that, it would have been great. Because when you watch that series, Emmett loved him. Now, Troy and him hated each other. Troy fucking hated him. Troy wanted to fucking strangle him. Michael Irvin loved him. A lot of the other guys loved him.
You wanted to strangle Barry Switzer.
Troy Aikman wanted to strangle Barry Switzer.
Okay,
he wanted to, if he could have, he would have pissed in his freaking Cheerios every day. Troy Aikman hated Barry Switzer because Troy understood that Barry needed to be harder on most of this team because they just weren't mature enough to handle his freedom. So I understand why he punched Barry, but for some of those guys, Barry Switzer's style worked.
I'm punching Barry Switzer because he dominated Oklahoma, beat Jimmy Johnson 3 times while he was at Oklahoma State, but he ran a shitty program and let his players do a bunch of shitty things like all Oklahoma coaches do, so fuck him.
Yes, and Barry Switzer did play the race card on Troy Aikman.
Oh, my God.
That was not good.
Okay, well, I'm excited to watch the rest of that episode.
That alone.
I'm excited to see.
Leave that alone.
Jesus.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Oh, my God.
You got any plans this weekend?
No, not at all. I accept the weekend as they come. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
When you get my age, Jose, doing nothing is doing something. So if you got nothing to do, be proud of that. That's a great thing. I wish most weekends I had nothing to do. But most weekends I got stuff to do because I'm a busy man and I'm the hardest working man in all of podcasting. So with that said, chat, thanks for all the money. Pub Sports Chat, thank y'all for chiming in today. Want y'all to have a wonderful, prosperous weekend. And we will be back full strength on Monday, I promise. Now, I will say this. We will not be on at 10 a.m. on Monday. We'll be on a little later because Mike is 5 hours behind us. If we come on at 10, he's going to have to get up at 5 a.m., and we don't want to do that. So we will be on Monday, but it will be a little later in the day, so don't spam the chat with, you guys are late. There's only 3 of y'all that do that dumb shit. Thank you, AOD. So we'll see y'all Monday. Love, peace, and happiness. If you smoke something, smoke something. If you drink something, drink something. Just call an Uber. Buki, appreciate your hard work, my brother. Y'all have a great weekend.